Hey guys, it's Joe here with Inspired Reflections and Gen Exploration, and I'm coming on today talking about actually an issue that's, you know what, for lack of a better term, it's kind of sad for me. It's not kind of sad, actually, it's really sad. For those of you who aren't aware, I do live here in Reno, Nevada, and if you've been watching anything on the news the last few days, you've seen that we've got a major wildfire going on south of us in what's known as Washoe Valley. One of the areas, well actually one of the two areas that I'm really excited about normally when I go down there is Davis Creek Campground area and Bowers Mansion, which is an old historical site that's located in Washoe Valley. Excuse me, I'm a little, allergies are bad tonight, so if I stop, that's why. But the reason why I'm making this is because so far, if you've seen the Davis fire, right now they're estimating that between 5,000 and 6,000 acres with still 0% containment. So I checked out the website for Davis Creek, and it appears like they received significant damage from this fire. No one can get in there still, so I have no idea exactly what that entails, and the website did not go into extreme detail of any kind. But seeing how far big that fire is and the people that have lost their homes and things like that, I'm assuming that it's probably not good. And I don't want this to be misconstrued. I feel really bad for the families that have built out there that are losing their homes, losing their farms, whatever it is they might be, because there is some farming community out there, ranches, things like that. And this fire, just to give you the scale of things, Virginia City is up the mountain, up a road called Geiger Grade. And halfway, probably even better than halfway up that road, you come into an area known as the Virginia City Highlands. And those people were evacuated for the longest time. They get to come back home now, but for days they couldn't go home. Today, all school was canceled, so all three of my children did not go to school today. They will be going to school tomorrow, which I'm glad for. They need that sense of normalcy, I think. But there were still some schools up in the Incline Village area and South Reno, up around Galena Creek and stuff, which is the Mount Rose Highway that goes into Lake Tahoe and all these areas. That road is still closed. Schools around that area will not be in attendance tomorrow because of the smoke and things like that. Plus the fact that some of those families have been evacuated from their homes. So there's that. Overall, this is just a really nasty fire. It's probably one of the worst I've seen in a really long time for this area. And I don't know how to act about it because I really love going to Davis Creek. I was actually going to take my kids next month. And now that's probably not going to happen. And that's still a minor detail compared, like I said, to the folks that lost their homes and stuff. Do not misconstrue what I'm saying here. But this fire is bad, folks. And I don't see it ending anytime soon, really. Weather might get cooler, but we get winds out here in the afternoons, especially the hotter it gets. The winds can really pick up, and Washoe Valley can be one of the worst. To the point where even big rigs have to go around the side road that goes besides Davis Creek and beside the Bowers Mansion, so the wind doesn't actually blow them over. And that road's closed now. And 395 is open, but I don't know what the winds are like. I know it's been pretty intense. Like I said, there's still zero containment. This fire is bad. You can still see smoke and stuff in the air almost all throughout the day. So that's where we're at right now. As more details do come up, I will be posting on my Facebook and things like that, my TikTok, my Instagram, where I'm trying to build this up for myself. And it's been a long time coming, but now I'm finally at the point where I can make this happen. And I know I'm an older guy. I'm 53 years old. I'll be turning 54 in November. But I've traveled the world, and I love everywhere I go to, and I really hate when I see things that I love to go and see and like to go and share with folks like yourselves get destroyed by fires and things like that. And that's where we're at right now here in Reno with this Davis fire. And like I said, I don't see this one ending anytime soon, but I will definitely keep you guys informed more as I know what's going on. I will definitely be trying to share that with you. It won't always be in the most timely manner, but it will be as timely as I can do. So again, we thank you as you who have been loyal with us through the years. Don't have a lot of followers, and that's okay. I would rather have limited followership that really cares and likes about the stuff that I do than have lots of followers that just don't follow through at all. I'm hoping that that will grow as our content gets better, and it's going to get better because we're going to be traveling all over the United States and then around the world to share some of the greatest places that all these things have to offer. We're talking from cityscapes like San Francisco. We'll go check out the Bay. We'll go check out like Alcatraz and things like that. We're going to take you to some of the best restaurants, from high-end down to family-friendly. We cover it all. Nightlife, from full-on clubs, big dance scene areas, all the way down to local dive bars. We do them all. And one place is just good as the other. Everything has something to offer, and nothing should be discounted just because it doesn't meet certain criteria. And we want to appeal to everybody. So that's why we do what we do. And we're only going to get bigger and stronger and be showing you guys more things as time comes. So please be patient with us. Hopefully by the first of next year, we're rolling almost 100%. We do again thank you for joining us. And I look forward to meeting you guys either online, in person, because sometimes it happens. I run into people who do see my stuff from across the area, even across the world, and say, hey, we like your stuff. Our presenting hasn't been the most consistent. Again, I apologize, I'm stuffed up. But that is going to change. We're going to be coming out here presenting at least 5 to 6 shows a week. It should not be any issue whatsoever. We're going to start by going here to Reno and Sparks. We just did a shoot at Hot August Nights. We know Street Vibrations coming up, which is a motorcycle rally. It's not as big as it has been in the past, but it's still a really cool thing. We had intended to go live for the hot air balloon races, but unfortunately a family issue arose that prevented that from happening, and I'm just not being able to talk about that, so we do apologize for that. But things come up that are beyond our control sometimes, and this was no exception. So, but do expect us, do be looking for us. Friends and family are going to be helping me out with this, and we're going to bring you the best of what Reno and Sparks has to offer. Then we're going to move on. I know that there was like a controversy about Virginia City, but I'm still going into Virginia City. We won't be attending one restaurant who obviously the owners of that restaurant decided it was really cool to go on a racist tirade against a guy just doing his job in Virginia City during that Hot August Nights event. We won't be partaking in that place. And it is sad to say that Virginia City does have that Old West kind of mentality to it still, where unfortunately racist things like that still tend to happen. I've never seen it as brazen as I saw with that event and the way that gentleman was treated. No one should ever be treated that way. We do not condone anything like that ever. So, like I said, the Firehouse restaurant, whatever, we will not be checking out, but there's other places that are just as good, if not better, actually. So that's not going to be an issue. Virginia City has a unique designation as one of the most haunted locations in the United States. I've checked out things about it. I've seen some things that I necessarily, I guess, for lack of a better term, can't explain. But I'm not sure where my belief level is at on that yet, even though I used to do paranormal investigation for a while. My friends were into it, so I joined along because I have been doing photography forever, been doing videography, things like that. That's how they came about. I don't focus on that as much anymore, but we will be checking out Virginia City in October because that's Halloween, and take you guys around and show you some really cool stuff. We'll show you like the old Washoe Club, the Millionaires Club, where some folks the likes of Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain hung out. The Fourth World School actually had a whole place dedicated to teaching the kids there how to type, and Samuel Clemens is the one that set all that up, So there's a lot of cool things to see in Virginia City, and it is a beautiful countryside. If you like desert scenery, you can't do better. In a lot of places, you just can't. But Virginia still has its issues with its people and things like that. Unfortunately, we saw that. So we will not be patronizing or advertising or anything, even showing off places like that, unless we talk about what happened, which I think just adds fuel to the fire and gives them more notoriety than they deserve, whether good or bad. So we just won't. And then we'll head into like Carson City, and then we'll head up into Lake Tahoe. We'll try to get down in the Washoe Valley because Washoe Lake is right there. It's a really nice lake, really good area. Camping, not my cup of tea because I like places that do have trees and things like that for camping, because it gets hot here in Nevada during the summers. It's triple digits a lot of the time. So, and that's why Davis Creek being significantly damaged from this fire is just heartbreaking to me. But anyway, just wanted to share where that was at again. Share where that's at again. Sorry. And like I said, about 6,000 acres is already burned, still 0% containment. You can check out websites like Colo 8 News, is one of the local stations here in Reno, KTVN Channel 2, KUTV Channel 4. I may have that reversed, I'm sorry, I only listen to Colo 8 News. But you can find anything you need to know about the fire that's affecting us here and just how bad it's gotten. Other than that, though, we hope to be bringing you better content, more enjoyable content. Different places you can stay when you visit these areas. They're from the least expensive to the most expensive. And we do try to skip the casinos because everyone knows the casinos. We want to show you places that are better to stay and let you see what those are like. That way you can make an informed decision when you decide to ever come out here to Reno and check us out. And one of the special things we do want to do is in October, one of our biggest events of the year is what we know is what's known as the zombie crawl. You buy a cup in advance for like $5. Everyone dresses up in the best Halloween attire, and they hit the streets of Reno and they bounce from bar to bar, and they get different drinks and have a good time. And for as big as Reno is, it's not a small city. It looks small, but there's a lot of people here. The zombie crawl is by far the one that most people come out to. We get people from out of the state to come to check this thing out. And a bunch of people from a dance crew right underneath the Reno Arch always do Michael Jackson's Thriller. Every year we'll be bringing that to you guys live, or at least in video format. Not sure exactly how that's going to roll yet, but you will get to see what that's like and experience what Reno has to offer. And if you get a chance, also go into your Google search and check out what's known as Reno After Dark. He's a local photographer that I've met once or twice, although he probably doesn't remember me. But I like to put people who do a good thing for the community out there and show the good aspects of Reno. And Reno After Dark, and that photographer, whose name unfortunately I do not know, really gets out there and shows people what that's like. So definitely go check out Reno After Dark. I think you can find him on Facebook and Instagram, but search him if you have to. Check out his stuff. He does really great work. Hell, he's probably a better photographer than I am, and I've been doing this for years. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up right now. Just wanted to share that with you guys. Keep everybody out here right now in your thoughts, especially those who live in Washoe Valley and around that area where that fire is going on. And keep up to date, because this does affect our community as a whole. And again, we thank you for supporting us here on the channels and just Reno in general. If you've ever come out here and spent money and time, we appreciate you. Thank you very, very much. And we'll be back with you soon. Thank you guys very much, and you have a great evening. Bye-bye.